on October 4th, 1970. A scream of silence ripped through the music world. Janis Joplin, the raw, electric, unstoppable queen of rock and roll, was found dead inside a Hollywood hotel room. She was just 27, a voice that shook the world, gone overnight. But the story didn't end there. Rumors swirled, theories spread. Was it really an overdose, a dangerous mix-up, a suspicious supplier, or something far more chilling hiding behind the curtain of fame? Tonight we uncover the final 24 hours of Janis Joplin, minute by minute, and explore the mysterious forces surrounding her unnatural death. Stay with us as we step inside the hotel room and inside the darkness that followed. Janis Lynn Joplin wasn't just a singer. She was a force of nature carved out of heartbreak, rebellion, and raw soul. Born in Port Arthur, Texas, Janis grew up feeling like an outsider, mocked for her appearance, criticized for her free spirit, and misunderstood by nearly everyone around her. That emotional storm created the sound that would later change rock music forever, a sound dripping with pain, power, and unfiltered truth. Throughout her rise to fame, Janis carried deep emotional wounds, seeking comfort in alcohol, heroin, and intense relationships that burned brightly but never lasted. Her voice exploded on stage, but off stage she battled loneliness and insecurity. For VFX, this section works beautifully with layered images, black and white childhood photos dissolving into psychedelic concert footage, giving viewers the feeling that Janis was being pushed and pulled between two worlds, chaos and glory. In the last week of her life, Janis looked different. Friends said she appeared more upbeat than usual, even optimistic. She had been recording her new album Pearl, and for once, she seemed proud of the work she was creating. But beneath that temporary calm, things were unraveling. Her trusted heroin dealer was out of town, which meant she was getting drugs from new suppliers, something extremely dangerous in 1970s Hollywood, where purity levels changed wildly. Her fiancé-to-be, Seth Morgan, was drifting away. She had arguments with people close to her. There was emotional turbulence brewing, but Janis hid it with loud laughter, wild energy, and bottles of Southern comfort. As the sun went down over Los Angeles, Janis Joplin walked into the landmark Motor Hotel, room 105. She had spent the evening recording and speaking to band members about upcoming studio work. Several witnesses confirmed she bought heroin that night. But something was different. This heroin batch was reportedly much stronger, almost pure. A dangerous level. Janis returned to her room around midnight. What happened next remains one of rock's biggest tragedies. Some believe she took a single fatal dose. Others believe she slipped, fell, and hit her head on a nightstand after shooting up. The next afternoon, when Janis didn't arrive for a studio session, her road manager grew suspicious. They went to the hotel and knocked on her door. No response. When they finally entered, Janis was found lying beside her bed, fully clothed. A cigarette burned out on the floor. Money in her hand, as if she was preparing to buy something or leaving to go somewhere. There were no signs of struggle. No suicide note. No chaotic scene. Within days, news broke that several other heroin users in Los Angeles overdosed from the same batch that weekend. Many artists suggested Janis got a dangerously pure product, almost impossible to survive even for experienced users. This led to one of the strongest theories. Janis wasn't killed by the amount she took. She was killed by the purity she didn't expect. Did a dealer sell a deadly mix? Was it intentional sabotage? Or just a tragic accident caused by inconsistent heroin of the era? Another theory suggests Janis injected heroin, stood up, and fainted, smashing her face against the nightstand. This kind of sudden collapse is medically possible during a strong reaction. Witnesses noted a bruise on her lip. If she collapsed and passed out instantly, she may have died within seconds. This theory connects her death not only to the heroin, but to the physical injury that prevented any chance of survival. Some close friends whispered darker ideas. Janis had money. She had enemies. She had unstable people around her. including individuals with drug access. The 1960s and 70s rock scene was full of shady dealers, jealous lovers, and people who resented the fame and fortune surrounding rising stars. Could someone have intentionally given her an unusually strong dose? Was it payback? Was it meant for someone else? While never proven, the absence of a clear explanation keeps this theory alive. Janis died at 27, just weeks after Jimi Hendrix, also 27. Both deaths were drug-related, sudden, and surrounded by speculation. This eerie connection fueled the idea of the 27 Club, a mysterious pattern where talented artists die at the same age. Statistically meaningless or spiritually significant, whichever viewers believe, the symbolism added a haunting layer to Janis's death. Though Janis's life ended abruptly, her legacy didn't. Her album Pearl was released posthumously and became her biggest hit. Her influence shaped future generations of rock, soul, and blues singers, from Stevie Nicks to Pink to Florence Welch. Janis Joplin proved that imperfection could be beautiful, raw emotion could be powerful, and pain could become art. Her death remains one of rock's most haunting mysteries. Was it accidental, unintentional sabotage, or a deadly batch waiting to strike anyone who took it? Ultimately, Janis was swallowed by the same pain that fueled her brilliance. Janis Joplin left behind a voice that still shakes the soul, a reminder that some stars burn too bright to last. If you want more deep dive documentaries like this, make sure to like, comment your theory, and subscribe. Until next time, stay curious.